I'm being alienated. I'm being treated like as if I don't belong there. And I grew up there all my life.
A Manitoba man says he's been unfairly barred from going home to his community. Terry Francois is fighting a banishment order from Nisichiwasik Cree Nation, where he grew up and where his family lives.
I'm not a criminal, not a drug dealer, none of that. I'm a father. I'm a single parent. I got 5 girls that I have raised ever since they were little girls.
The order stems from a controversial check stop Francois says community members have fought against for years. Francois' lawsuit alleges it goes too far and violates the charter. But Francois says he usually abides with the officers there, except on December 30th of last year.
No, I don't have to leave. No. They brought a dog that is not even a certified canine RCMP dog. They brought a dog on a leash, and he said, "We're going to let this dog sniff around in your I said, "No way." I said, "That's not happening." I said, "I just bought takeout for my girls, fresh takeout." I said, "It's still warm. What do you think that dog's going to do?"
Francois says after he drove through the check stop and over a pylon, check stop staff called RCMP, who caught up with him but let him go. The next day, officers arrested him at his home and gave him a slew of charges. Francois pled guilty to resisting a peace officer and resisting an RCMP officer. The other charges were stayed, but Francois says he's still not allowed back home.
My girls are staying there, and they can't even have their dad there. And it just, it stresses me out. It's been 6 months, 7 months without their dad at home. And I'm renting a place in Thompson so I can go to work.
He's now challenging NCN in court, claiming the decision was unfair and biased, stemming from prior conflict between his family and the family of the community's justice officials. He further alleges they violated the Charter of Rights and Freedoms without warning or due process.
Nothing, no trial, no nothing, no go sit in front of chief and counsel and try and work this out, no.
Mark Cruz, a director at the University of Manitoba and criminal defense lawyer, says in this case, there didn't appear to be a due process from both a common law perspective or from the Indigenous legal order side.
There's recent cases out of Ontario and Manitoba that say there needs to be a due process, even if there is criminal charges and someone was criminally convicted. The First Nation still needs a process to ban or exile people from their nation, especially members of that First Nation.
Cruz says there also needs to be clarity around those policies. He says in the past that knowledge would have been passed down but was lost in colonization.
Exile really is a last resort. Even in Indigenous law, there is exile that traditionally would have been done, but there would have been a healing process that would have been tried first. They would have brought family together. There would have been a lot of work done before just exile.
Francois, who works as a miner in Snow Lake, is now paying to live temporarily in Thompson, while his daughters and granddaughter live in his house in NCN.
I miss my girls. I can't even watch my grandbaby grow up. It's horrible.
City News reached out to the chief of NCN, Angela Levasseur, but did not hear back by deadline. In Winnipeg, Steph Lasuc, City News.